reporting you'll only see here on a story this team brought you first.
Yeah, you might remember this. A Fairfax County school counselor kept his job for months despite being convicted of a sex crime involving a child. Tonight, we're learning another agency dropped the ball, which allowed Darren Thornton to fly under the radar.
Live from the district, this is WUSA 9 News at 11. Let's get started.
Yeah, the more we learn about this story, the worse it gets. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
I'm Leslie Foster. So we got a document earlier tonight that we've been working to get since this story broke. Darren Thornton was convicted of child sex charges back in March, but he kept his job at Glasgow Middle School for months. The new school superintendent fired Thornton in August after learning about those details and another arrest.
Yeah, again, tonight we obtained an investigative report that shows how Thornton may have been able to stay on the job without anyone noticing all those red flags. This is a story you're only seeing on WUSA 9. Our Matthew Torres is with us after spending hours going through that document. Matthew.
Well, just 6 hours ago, we got this report I've been working to get for weeks from the Virginia Department of Corrections. As you can tell, much of it has been redacted, but what we were able to read, there was another major mistake in the system. Darren Thornton worked for Glasgow Middle School in Fairfax County. He stayed on the job as a counselor 20 months after he was arrested for soliciting prostitution from a minor in Chesterfield County. Police there tried to inform the school district, but the emails never made it through. No one followed up or even called. Thornton was eventually convicted in March, but stayed under the radar as a counselor. Now, part of his sentencing included supervised probation, but tonight, based on the investigative report I've obtained from the Virginia Department of Corrections, Chesterfield County officials didn't realize he was never under supervision until he was arrested for a second time 3 months after his conviction for soliciting prostitution. VADOC said it was during the ensuing process that it was discovered that Thornton had never been placed on supervision by Chesterfield Probation and Parole as ordered by the Circuit Court. And tonight, Delegate Kay Corey, who represents Fairfax County and was a former school board member herself, is reacting to this new information.
This is just a real comedy of errors, only it's not a comedy, it's a tragedy. Unfortunately, the result is that our children's safety was threatened. This is unacceptable. It damn well better not happen again.
Strong words, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the question is what now and how is this being addressed?
Well, we know the Virginia Department of Corrections says that the staff in Chesterfield is under at least additional training and is subject to discipline. However, a spokesperson, when I asked them what are the disciplinary actions, say could not provide those details because of confidentiality, but did say that there is ongoing review of this process, so it really doesn't ever happen again.
Yeah, you've been reporting on this extensively now, and it seems like based on what we're learning, this could have been prevented.
It could have, and parents are concerned, they're frustrated. Rightfully. I mean, the last thing they expect is to send their kids to school, potentially could be interacting with a convicted sex offender. But as we have been reporting, and as a delegate is a part of this effort now to change up the entire system, there are hopefully some legislative fixes. They're asking for Governor Youngkin's help to at least speed up the process to improve the communication and the overall background check system.
Yeah, sounds like they need to fix all of this today.
Absolutely, and at least they seem to be on board.
Yeah.
All of them knowing.
One of the rare moments of bipartisanship.
I was going to say, absolutely. All right, thanks, Matthew.